In this guide, we are going to walk through the necessary steps for bringing your SketchUp design to life using SimLab VR. The first step is importing your SketchUp 3D model to SimLab Composer. Once the model is loaded, switch to the VR workbench and click on Start Position. A human model will be loaded into the scene which would represent the user's view in the VR experience. Set the position and the rotation of the human model. An additional step to take when intending to run the scene using an HTC VR setup is determining which surfaces you are allowed to walk on. From the Visual Effects menu, select Make Ground. Now select all the surfaces in the scene that you want the user to be able to walk on. Then click on the green mark to turn them into ground surfaces. Then go to the Launcher Viewer menu and select Start Desktop Viewer. The desktop viewer allows you to navigate the 3D scene using your mouse and keyboard to test out the scene and prepare it for VR viewing. It can also serve as an alternative viewer in case you do not have an HTC VR system. The third step in the process is adjusting the scene's lighting and materials. You can click on Environment in the Object Tree window to set up the attributes for the sun and sky lighting system. You can also add artificial lights like spotlights and IES lights to the scene. To adjust the scene materials, simply click on an object in the scene and modify the material from the Attributes panel to the right. Or you can apply materials from the Composer material library to the objects. Once you're satisfied with the materials, run the desktop viewer to test out the result. Your scene is now ready for VR viewing. But you can take the scene a step further by adding scene states. Scene states allow you to store different configurations for the objects in your scene. From the Scene States menu, select Capture, then change the object's material and select Capture again. To connect the scene states to the objects in the scene, use the Actions in the Objects Attribute panel. Hold the left click on your mouse and aim at the objects to cycle between the scene states attached to the objects. To add interactive animation sequences to the scene, Create an animation for the object in the timeline. Then select the keyframes and click on Create Animation Sequence. Use the actions in the Object's Attribute panel to connect the animation sequence to an object. SimLab Composer offers you great tools that can transform your SketchUp design into an interactive and exciting environment with ease. And with the ever-evolving VR technology by SimLab Soft, presenting your 3D design will become a unique and an unforgettable experience for your clients.